of Loophead Lighthouse illuminates the county. So while ships are steered to safety, on land it reveals a bounty. The cliffs of Moher, Fenora Beach, Vandeleur Gardens, 9 blue flag beaches, by foot or bike or car, entirely within reach. And it's all there in Clare. And the beams of Loophead Lighthouse brighten the wild Atlantic way. Bees pollinate the heather, offshore dolphins jump and play. Bunratty banquets unique style, a multitude of caves, the Holy Isle, 100,000 welcomes hospitality with a smile, not to mention more than 7,500 archaeological sites. Sure, it's all there in Clare. The wonders of Loophead Lighthouse shines down upon the banner, home of Brian Boru and Cuchulainn too, O'Connell, Cusack and Dev's old manor. The burn where nature does unfold, Poolin-a-Brone Dolmen more than 5,000 years old, within Ireland's hidden heartlands where stories are still told. The freshest food served hot and cold, it's all there in Clare. For the county town of Ennis or a village beside the sea, from ancient native woodlands with such bird life in the trees, a wellness comes upon you. As the time begins to slow, it even inspired the submarine that below the waters go. So whether for culture or for history, or the perfect place to rest, when the time is right, enjoy the sights with hospitality at its best. All under the gaze of Loophead Lighthouse. And it's all there in Clare. Find out more at visitclare.ie.
Well, we try and cater for almost all age brackets, and you know we have some of the best brands in the world within the walls of the shop. Anything from Boss down to Ted Baker, through to Tommy Hilfiger, right down to G-Star, Super Dry, Tommy Bow as a local brand. Yeah, so we have a cross section of price ranges and a good cross section of brands.
Companies across Ireland are opening back up. And now, more than ever, businesses across the island need our support. At Amber Fire Protection Limited, our focus is on sharing our decades of experience in the fire protection industry. Experience that can help your business.
Hi everybody, Mary Howard here, the Mayor of Clare, and I just wanted to check in with you here on this most important weekend. It's the biggest weekend of the year for Clare Club Camogie, and I wish to extend my best wishes to all 4 competing teams in the senior and intermediate finals. You've done your communities and your clubs proud. I'm a very proud Clare woman. I'm a very proud hurling supporter, and I'm delighted to see the game in Clare go from strength to strength. Have a great weekend, have great fun, and God bless.
To Channel Clare's live broadcast of the 2020 Clare Camogie Senior Final. We're broadcasting live here from Father McNamara Park in Ennis, and the live stream is brought to you in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare. Delighted to be joined by our match analysts this afternoon, Anne-Marie McGann and Dervla Maloney. We're looking forward to a tremendous county final in which Aina Kilnamona are taking on Newmarket and Fergus. They've met in 4 of the last 5 finals, with Aina Kilnamona winning 3 of those 4 clashes. So we're really looking forward to what's going to happen today. Just a quick look at the 2 teams. We're going to start with Aina Kilnamona. They've got Rebecca Keating in goals. Their full back line is Leisha Ryan, Sinead Quinn and Michelle Miskell, and then they've got a half back line of Tierna Hagerty, Claire Herher, the captain at centre back, and at left half back Teresa O'Keefe. Midfield combination of Fiona Lafferty and Sinead Power. In the half forward line, wearing 13, Danielle Griffin, wearing 10 it's starting at centre forward Andrea O'Keefe, and wearing 12 Jane Fitzgerald completing the half forward line, and the full forward line wearing 11 Claire Coman, at full forward Amy Keating, and wearing number 15 is Aveen Ryan. And Marie, and I suppose we're fairly used to the Aina Kilnamona starting 15 at this stage.
Yeah, it's interesting. I suppose they have a couple of positional changes. I think I've been very impressed with Danielle Griffey, a very young girl. The last couple of games she's had a fantastic input to the game, maybe 2 or 3 points a game. What's interesting to know is Aoife Keane isn't starting. Aoife's been carrying kind of an ankle injury since the last day. I saw her doing a little bit of a poke around and she just wasn't right, and I think they're making probably the right choice by not starting her, because it'd be a massive blow if they started her and you had to take her off. Whereas at least if things are going a bit rocky, they could bring her in and make a good impact for a good 20-30 minutes. So it'll be interesting. Good solid team, plenty of pace, but I think physicality is going to be the big thing here today.
And actually, one important point, conditions very, very good today. There is a bit of a breeze, but pitch in absolutely perfect condition. I look now at Newmarket and Fergus starting 15. They've got Ciara McCarthy in goals, a full back line of Aoife Griffin, Katie O'Flanagan and Aisling Keogh. The half back line at right half back is their captain Amy McInerney, at centre back Laura McMahon, and wearing number 7 Tara O'Neill. Midfield combination of number 8 Roisin McMahon and Lorraine Bible. The half forward line consists of Anya O'Brien. At centre forward is Carol O'Leary, and on the left wing wearing 12 is Quiva Lally, and the inside line Clodagh O'Halloran, Breed Enright and Anne-Marie Hayes. And Dervla, again, quite a settled team, some very experienced players and some I suppose newcomers over the last couple of seasons as well, so a nice combination as regards Newmarket.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like going from the more senior players to the younger players, like up to Quiva Lally and Anne-Marie Hayes, they bring the youth, but also like coming with the senior players coming in with them. It's like great strength. Laura McMahon, Roisin McMahon, great stalwarts there. So be no fear, and as Anne-Marie alluded to with the Aina Kilmona, like the strength is there in Newmarket, but hopefully, you know, between the pace and the strength for both teams, should be a very good battle.
As you can see in the background, both teams lining up. We're going to take a very quick look now at some highlights from the semi-finals. Both teams coming through tough semi-final battles to reach today's county final.
Danielle Griffey takes her point. A great one-hand pick up there, and Leona, she's gone around Leona Grace. Amy Keating has gone straight in looking for a pass from Danielle Griffin, and she's impressed with this Danielle Griffin. A great score by Danielle Griffin. Andrew did a bit of a tackle there, and Avian Ryan is on the ball again, and it's the third point from Avian Ryan. Ball into the centre as far as Andrea O'Keefe. Andrea O'Keefe pulls the trigger. This will do well if it goes over the bar. The ball gets the ball up into her hand, and and Kilmaley and Aina Kilmona get it back, and it's Sinead Power. Shin for Aina Kilmona, and they're just about get over Kilmaley, Brendan.
O'Leary is a strong player. Here comes O'Leary from Newmarket. A shot, and it's got her. Anya O'Brien just right in the 21. She directs in Newmarket leads, and she does that with a plum. A shot from Scarra. A goal for Scarra for Gunlow. Kelly strikes. Just a dangerous ball. It goes in. Good save by the goalie. But Bible is there, and Bible is a goal for Newmarket. Tara Need gets it into Bible. She gets out ahead. She passes it to Ginny Kelly. Is Ginny Kelly going to level it? She levels it. Is she going to get the second one? Yeah. Indeed, she puts the second one. And there goes the full-time whistle. And Newmarket are into the county final.
Final highlights. Anne-Marie, a couple of very interesting semi-finals. I suppose Newmarket's win over Scarra Gunlow was particularly impressive. I mean, they looked really up for that game, particularly in the early stages, and then when it mattered in the second half.
Yeah, and like, you know, Scarra Gunlow 1-9, you thought it might be a great score, and Newmarket just came all hell for leather. Scarra Gunlow were up maybe about 4 points with, you know, roughly about 10 minutes to go, I suppose, and you'd think that, geez, we're home and dry here, you know, but the lady that stood up to the mark there was Roisin McMahon. She put over 2 really late frees in the half, and I suppose Anya O'Brien had been taking the frees all along, and she was taking off them for those 2, and you'd think, God, what a bad move, you know, but you could look no further than Roisin McMahon, and to slot them over and get them in there, it was fantastic. And
the second semi-final, Dervla, Aina Kilmona really had to battle, and I suppose if there's anybody really disappointed if they're watching today, it might be Kilmaley players, because they were very, very close to pulling off what would have been a bit of a shock.
Yes, definitely. Watching that game, you thought Kilmaley had it. Do you know, at every pip and turn, like I think the great turning point for Aina Kilmona was Avian Ryan coming off the bench, shooting over those straightaway points and then settling into the frees, which really carried on for Aina Kilmona. And I suppose the legs in the end did fare better for Aina Kilmona in the extra time.
Well, last weekend we heard from the captains of the 2 finalists, we heard from the management teams, so we're going to go now to our Team Talk preview package.
Lovely.
Like this year we really have been taking it one game at a time, and like through the group stages we thankfully got over, as in the second round that we lost, really kind of spurred us on and gave us that bit of a wake-up call that we needed, and we progressed going into Kilmaley, really grinded out a good victory there, and again going into the semi-final against Scarra Gunlow, like we knew we were going up against obviously defending Munster and county champions. That only our A game would have done the job, but yeah, our work rate and our hunger was a testament to every player that was on the field that day, and even the girls on the sideline, their encouragement. It was a real team display.
When the draws were made first, kind of people saying it was a group of death, and we had Truk in the first game, and we won that probably easier than we expected, and you know, and then we came along. We had a great battle with Scariff Gullna, and we came out top in that as well. And we played Camogie then in the senior final last weekend, and sure, that was a titanic battle. We went down to extra. It's nice to win a game like that, to go to extra time, and the girls felt really chip off their shoulder, and they kind of could release and let it go and enjoyed it, and it's good to go to the right side of it.
Coming into the semi-final, we knew Camogie were going to be tough, and it was going to be a big battle, and it was, bringing it to extra time. And then when we got through that, then we were finally able to look forward to it, and it's great to be back there. I suppose when you get 3 of them on the trot there, you're kind of just going with it and you're running with it, but then when it's kind of taken away, you kind of only realise then, you're like, you do want to be back there, and it's great to have the fight back again, to get back there again. If you lose one, it can go against you if you've had such a good run, but to be back there again, it's brilliant. It's a great feeling, and it's a great buzz around the place.
There's fantastic character in the team. There's probably 5 or 6 of them that have been around since 09, 10. A wealth of experience, but not alone a wealth of experience, Peter. They're so driven, self-driven. They're great characters, and it came out in the semi-final, I think, against Scariff, the last quarter, when it looked like it was going away from us. We got a couple of scores, got back in it, and they drove it on themselves, really, at that stage. It's down to players then. To be getting to a semi-final, to be competing in 2 levels for senior camogie, for a club, it's brilliant, and to have the numbers then for a training, it's great. And then there's that competitive edge there the whole time. No position is safe, and then to have the numbers and the girls fighting for positions, it really brings the intensity into it. Without the girls that are panellists that aren't on the starting 15, without them at training, the girls that are starting wouldn't be up for it, wouldn't have the work rate that we do have. Those girls that are pushing us at training day in and day out, it's just as much about them as anybody else, and without them coming on last weekend, we wouldn't be in this position that we are in.
Kilmona, a bit similar to you, they'll be well up for this as well. They have a lot of pride, they have a lot of experience. Yeah, we haven't played them this year, obviously, because there was no league or whatever, and I don't think we played them last year, league or championship. So prior to that, there was plenty of exchanges. We met in 4 finals, we've won, they have 3. They're a very experienced team, managed by a very experienced manager, Eugene, so they know each other inside out. Hopefully it'll be a great game of camogie, because I think when 2 teams who know each other so well go out in the field, tactics and formations and all of that type of stuff goes out the window, and hopefully it'll be a ding-dong battle. It's going to be, I suppose, the epic final that we all want to actually partake in. Aina, Kilmona, obviously in the head-to-heads in the last few years, they're very much in favour and have the wins, and they'll definitely have deserved the favourite tags going in. We seem to bring out the best in each other, so we just hope that we give the performance that the county final deserves, as I'm sure Aina will bring their best as well. I saw the game here last weekend against Scariff Gullna. They're unreal. The work rate of the whole team, especially the forwards, the work rate, the battle, the tackles they put in were unreal. They work for each other, and they really, just kind of snuffed out Scariff Gullna and didn't allow them play, and really played a pressure game, and they're extremely fit. Brian is very fit, and I know they'll throw the kitchen sink at us on Saturday. We're no strangers to Newmarket, and they know us in and out as well, so it's just about knuckling down now and getting through it, and hopefully getting the performance that we need to get us over the line. When it looked last March like there could be no sport or no possible return to sport, it was fantastic to get the call at the end of May, June to go back to small group training, and still you didn't know whether things would go ahead or not, so it's fantastic to be playing. It's a special year, it's a unique year, so it'd be nice to win it. You only could be excited, as in all the hard work now over the last year is paying off, so we're back where we want to be. Once you get there, it's a fantastic feeling. I think we've got to the last 5 or 6 of them, maybe 8 in the last 10 years or something like that, so it's always a great buzz. We need to start winning a few of them, Peter, but it's great to be there. And we're back live at Father McNamara Park here in Ennis, about 5 minutes away from Stroin. in the 2020 county final. We can see the referee Ger Hoy and his umpires there ready for action in the middle of the field. Newmarket breaking to our right here and just going through, I suppose, a few last minute stretches, poking the ball around. And at the far side of the field then we have Aina Kilnamona, and Aina Kilnamona and Newmarket, of course, well accustomed to each other in terms of meeting in county finals. So that's the scene set here. Bit of a breeze blowing towards the right hand side as we look at it. We're going to take a break and we'll be back very soon with the throw-in for the 2020 county senior final.
Well, we try and cater for almost all age brackets, and you know we have some of the best brands in the world within the walls of the shop. Anything from Boss down to Ted Baker, through to Tommy Hilfiger, right down to G-Star, Super Dry, Tommy Bow as a local brand. Yeah, so we have a cross section of price ranges and a good cross section of brands.
And that was a fantastic rendition of Aran Naveen. It was by Louise MacDonald from Rouen. So well done to Louise, setting the scene here in Father McNamara Park. The live stream brought to you by Channel Clare in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare. Both teams running through one or two last minute stretches. Aina Kilnamona having a last chat as well, last few words before throw in. We're just getting very close now to throw in. Joined again by our match analysts Anne-Marie McGann and Dervla Maloney. Anne-Marie, lovely setting for what hopefully will be a really good game.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of work has gone on here over the last maybe week and a half. You know, the field is immense. Jim Kinney had done an awful lot of work. Mike Duggan from Clooney Quinn, you know, the field is immaculate. We know we had problems with it over the last number of years, but it's brilliant. If you're looking down, I suppose the breeze is picking up. It seems to be going down to the far corner. But you just don't know. It's kind of swirling every now and again in here. And
Dervla, I mean, it's been such an unusual year. We've never had anything like the year we've had across all sectors of society. It's great that we have a county final. Unfortunately, crowds can't come to it, but at least hopefully they can see it.
Exactly, and it's great standing to the girls that they're here, and the standard of Camogie is so strong. So it is, and it's nice that the spectators can stand outside the gates, so we get full view.
We're seconds now from the throw-in. Ger Hoy has the sliotar in his hands. The four midfielders are ready, and the 2020 Clare Senior County Final is on, and straight away Newmarket and Fergus are in possession, and it's bagged in by Anya O'Brien in towards full forward line, picked up, and immediate free in, foul there on Newmarket and Fergus's Roisin McMahon. So Newmarket will be happy with that, winning the throw in, nice ball in, and it's going to be an early free about roughly 37-38 yards out, and it's going to be taken by Roisin McMahon, who won the free. She doesn't take too long over it, and it just goes about a foot wide. There was an early opportunity for Newmarket, didn't take it. They'll be disappointed. Ina Kilmona will be relieved. First puck out of the afternoon now for the Ina Kilmona goalkeeper Rebecca Keating. She hits it towards the far side of the field, and we can see Anne-Marie that there's one change in personnel in the Newmarket starting 15.
Yeah, I can't see who's after coming off or hasn't started, but it's Jenny Kelly is definitely on there, number 20 for Newmarket. And I'm surprised actually she wasn't starting, but she has made starting 15 here now today.
Yeah, an experienced player. Far side of the field. There's not a huge crowd here, but there's certainly plenty of atmosphere. We can hear plenty of encouragement from the subs and one or two people at the far side of the field, so it's good to see that. Bit of a tussle over on the far side, finished up with a line ball to Newmarket and Fergus. So this is going to be their second attack of the opening couple of minutes. It's a great line ball, and it's well won inside by the Newmarket inside forward. Gets it away over towards Anya O'Brien. The ball breaks out back to the number 10. Is she going to get a space to have a shot? She puts it in around the house. It breaks inside, dangerous ball, but good defending inside by the fullback for Ina Kilmona, Sinead Quinn. That's outstanding defending, good clearance as well, but really committed play on the far side. Newmarket win it back. Newmarket have really started very well. Lorraine Bible has it now in the middle of the field. She overcarries, took probably about 5 steps maybe, Dervla, and I suppose that was a correct decision, but we can just see real intensity from the market in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, great intent, great balls in, just a bit sloppy there for the full forward going in. She should have capitalised on that and popped it over the bar.
So Clare Herr now centre back and captain of Ina Kilmona, an opportunity for them to launch their first attack. She's looking for a bit of movement far up the field. Doesn't get behind that at all, and she can't hit it again. And in fact, it looked to me as if she did hit it before anyone else hit it, so I don't know, should that have been a free to the market? We'll ask our analyst about that in a sec. I think
it didn't go in anyway, so she definitely shouldn't have touched it again. That's unusual now for Clare Herr, for someone of her experience, a little bit nervous in the first couple of minutes as well, like in the first minute, Roisin McMahon putting a wide. That's very unusual for her inside 45, so they'll have to settle down. It'll take a good count.
And I suppose we have to remember it is a county final. It's a very big occasion, and I suppose in a way it's nerves are a sign of how much it means to both teams. It's another free now for Roisin McMahon. This time it's just behind the 45-yard line, so roughly I suppose 47-48 yards out. It's going to land in around the house. Dangerous ball, it's batted away. The Kilmona cornerback Michelle Miskell is fouled, and that's a free out for Ina Kilmona. The left cornerback is down. She's picked up a bit of a bang, so there's probably going to be a bit of a hold up here. And Dervla, it looks as if Michelle Miskell she's definitely in a bit of pain there, whatever happened.
She is. She got a slap there in the back of the head just coming out, so hopefully now this won't knock her nerves there and maybe steady her a bit more.
Ger Hoy taking a look. The physio is having a close look, and hopefully Michelle Miskell will be okay and will be able to get up after a bit of treatment. Just a reminder, we're just gone 4 minutes in the 2020 Clare Senior Camogie final. No score yet, but plenty of commitment on show from both sides, and a few nerves as well, Anne-Marie.
A few nerves, and I suppose as Michelle is down for a second, we got a couple of messages in from, I suppose, all over the world, and it's a great opportunity, I suppose, that everyone gets to see this through Channel Clare and through the Clare Camogie Facebook and Twitter. Laura Rinn, whose sister Tara is on the panel. Tara is the captain of the junior team. She's out in Melbourne at the moment. Ashley McInerney, you can probably see a few minutes ago in the screen. Carmel, that's doing first aid there. Her daughter is out there, Aisling, and her sister Caitlin is on the team as well. And look, a special mention, I suppose, as well to the under 6s and the under 8s, 10s and 12s. They're all watching Inagh Kilnamona, and a lot of these senior players have been training them all year.
And thankfully Michelle Miskell is up and bangs the ball down the field. It breaks in the middle of the field. It's picked up by Inagh Kilnamona number 8 Fiona Lafferty, but Newmarket again showing tremendous battling qualities. Roisin McMahon wins it back, and it's banged up the field by Newmarket, but good play there by the half back line from Inagh Kilnamona. But yet again, it's very obvious early in the game that Newmarket are really battling unbelievably hard. It's a very dangerous ball in, but the keeper reads it really, really well. Inagh Kilnamona goalkeeper Rebecca Keating, and it's a very intelligent clearance as well to the far side of the field, where the ball is picked up by Danielle Griffin. She's wearing 13, playing wing forward. But yet again, Newmarket show huge battling qualities, but Inagh Kilnamona win it back. The ball goes out over the line. Inagh Kilnamona won it back there through Tierna Hegarty. Eventually the ball went out over the line, and the lineswoman says that it's a line ball for the Blues, and the line ball is going to be taken by their captain Laura McMahon. And yet again, I suppose Newmarket looking very similar in the first few minutes here as they did in their semi-final win, where they started really, really well against Scariff Ogonnell. The ball banged in, the break is picked up, really well picked up by Roisin McMahon. She's going through, it's a great run, superb defending there initially from the fullback, Inagh Kilnamona fullback Sinead Quinn, to dispossess the Newmarket player. It was a very dangerous situation, and now Inagh Kilnamona attacking through their number 10 centre forward Andrea O'Keefe, but she loses possession, and it's picked up by Laura McMahon. Laura McMahon, nice ball up, it's a great superb block down there from Tierna Hegarty, blocking down Newmarket and Fergus's Anya O'Brien. Some great, excellent defending from both sides, it must be said. Newmarket now pick it up again, back in their own half back line. Nice, intelligent play. It's picked up by Lorraine Bible in the middle of the field, under a bit of pressure from Danielle Griffin, but the ball picked up, broken or loose ball picked up in the middle of the field now by Fiona Lafferty, and that's a good shot there from Danielle. Absolutely superb point. That's a great score from Danielle Griffin, and after 7 minutes Inagh Kilnamona take the lead, a point to no score. It was their first real attack, Anne-Marie, but some of the tackling, dispossessing, hook and blocking there was absolutely superb.
It's great. So after picking up now the intensity, in fairness, and a lot of hooking and blocking, and I said I didn't know much about this Danielle Griffin until this year, and she's off to the mark already in a senior championship final, with a point already. That
was a superb point. The mark now will be hoping to strike back very soon. Marie Hayes bangs it in towards centre forward. Carol O'Leary, very experienced player, she's taking on the full back, she's in on goal. But that's absolutely magnificent goalkeeping from Rebecca Keating again. She started really well. That was a really good save, and earlier on she got a high ball as well. The left half back for Inagh Kilnamona, Teresa O'Keefe, bangs it up the field. Newmarket win it back, good defending. The cornerback, however, is robbed, and Inagh Kilnamona have it back on the far side of the field. Clare Command, wearing 11, playing inside in the corner. She pops it off as far as Sinead Power, but that shot goes just to the right as we look at it here and goes wide. So Inagh Kilnamona still leading by a point to no score. Great stuff there from the goalkeeper, Rebecca Keating. Derva.
Yes, tremendous, and showed great strength just to stand there, and great vision. It's just with the clearing the ball, they need to make sure to look up and see where they're driving it.
Looked as if there was a definite push in the back there, in fairness, on Roisin McMahon. Referee didn't see it. Inagh Kilnamona attacking, but really, really well read inside in the full back line by the Newmarket and Fergus full back. And that's Katie O'Flanagan, very well read. But Inagh Kilnamona now really fighting very well out the field. Andrea O'Keefe has got it, and that's a super shot and an absolutely great score.
I think it was Fiona Lafferty scored that the pass off of Andrea O'Keefe, and there's a lot of dispossessing going on here. Newmarket were caught here back in the corner back position by only tipping the ball out to the half forward line of Newmarket of Inagh Kilnamona, and there's great pressure on here now, and Inagh Kilnamona seem to have got off to a good start.
Yeah, the first couple of minutes Newmarket were doing a lot of blocking, who can dispossess in Aina Kilmona, but Aina Kilmona took a few minutes to settle, but they have settled well, and at this stage now, after 9 minutes, they're leading by 2 points to no score, both points from play. Now, Fiona Lafferty, had it in the middle of the field, but she was dispossessed and robbed, and it's banged forward by Laura McMahon, but it looks as if the Aina Kilmona full back is going to win it back, but she's under serious pressure from Carla Leary. Carla Leary did everything she could to try and win it, but just overran the ball slightly. There was a good battle between herself and Sinead Quinn. Good defending, it has to be said, from Sinead Quinn. Carla Leary, extremely experienced player, very capable player, and is it a surprise to see her inside full forward at this stage, Marie?
I doubt it, because she's known for getting goals and dropping the hurley and hand passing, and that's a rule that's actually going to change in the county this year, but she's great at doing it, and it's just a great defending by Rebecca Keating.
Puck out breaks in midfield, really well read by Laura McMahon in towards Carla Leary. She's winning a lot of ball inside, tries crossfield ball, but absolutely superb catch on the far side of the field by Aina Kilmona's Teresa O'Keefe, and she's racing forward. Lovely ball as well, held possession, popped it off. Opportunity now of a shot here, but it goes wide, and that was Aina Kilmona's Jane Fitzgerald. Didn't really get behind it, but it was a chance, a reasonable enough chance to put over a 3rd point for Aina Kilmona. But great stuff there just before that from Teresa O'Keefe. Puck out again now for Ciara McCarthy in the Newmarket and Fergus goals. She bangs it down the middle, and the Aina Kilmona right half back Tierna Hegarty wins it. She started really well, she's racing forward. Lovely pass inside to Clare Command. Clare Command now should win this. She's being hounded by Ashlyn Keogh. Clare Command pops it off. Lovely pop off as far as Andrea O'Keefe, and if that goes over the bar, that is an absolutely magnificent point.
Fantastic score, and you'd always say shoot to the far side post, and the breeze is going that way, and it definitely carried it over. Great start by Aina Kilmona. Tierna Hegarty is doing fantastic back here.
She's having a great game.
Having a great game so far.
Yeah, she's had a really good 11 minutes.
For 16-year-old, she's playing amazing.
Really reads it well and shows a lot of pace, and I suppose one of the more impressive things about Aina Kilmona as well, the way they don't just hit and hope, they look for somebody in a bit of space, and generally find a Clare Hare. Really good stuff in the middle of the field from Clare Hare, lays it off as far as Sinead Power. Sinead Power bursts forward, pops it off to Andrea O'Keefe. She looks up, she has a point in the head, but it's going to drop short, and the Newmarket goalkeeper Ciara McCarthy lets it go wide. And I suppose there one thing that we should point out, as Aina Kilmona lead by 3 points to no score, they do have the advantage of, it's kind of a crossfield breeze, but it's definitely advantageous the way in which Aina Kilmona are playing.
Yes, it's carrying the ball well, and it would be worth like 2 or 3 scores on top of that by half time.
Yeah, it's definitely what it looked there as if the Newmarket fullback barged Katie O'Flanagan. She won it well, but
free now, but I suppose no free is handy here in county final day either. It's Amy Keating, I think, is taking this.
Yeah, Amy Keating to full forward. If she puts this over, it's going to be a 4 point lead after just less than 13 minutes. We're very close to the 13th minute mark. Amy Keating looks up, and that looks as if it's definitely gone over the bar. It is. The umpire doesn't hesitate. Aina Kilmona leading by 4 points to no score, and they'll be very, very happy with how things stand after exactly 13 minutes of the 2020 county final. Ball breaks in the middle of the field again, and excellent stuff from Andrea O'Keefe. She gets past Laura McMahon, pops it off, but it's going to be Market and Fergus. Really good defending there, but yet again it's cut out by Aina Kilmona's Danielle Griffey. Ball goes out over the line, and it's Danielle did really well there, but just stepped out over the line, so it's going to be a line ball for Market and Fergus. It's going to be by their centre back Laura McMahon. She's been involved in the play a lot, and I suppose that's an indication therefore that Aina Kilmona have been attacking quite a bit, because Newmarket have had to do a lot of defending.
Yes, like Newmarket started strong in the first minute and showed all intent, but like Aina now are on the attacking foot for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Absolutely superb stuff from Fiona Lafferty. Showed enormous commitment to win that ball, and a great pass inside towards the full forward. She pops it off to the centre forward. It's really, really good play, but the final pass from Aina Kilmona's Wasn't the best pass, but they've won it back. Andrea O'Keefe has it, but she's under enormous pressure. Really good defending there from Newmarket yet again, and they break out. Ginny Kelly has it, looks up, bangs it down the field, but not the greatest pass that Ginny Kelly has hit. She didn't, and the same goes probably for Aina Kilmona, but it breaks well for Andrea O'Keefe. She's taking on the corner back. Aisling Keogh might have been fouled. Clare Coman has a shot back of the net, and really good finish there from Clare Coman. 1-4 to no score. Aina Kilmona well in control at this stage, and that was a ruthless finish from Clare Coman, and really well constructed goal, but Newmarket will be disappointed.
Newmarket will be disappointed, but it started back here with Clare. A great catch in her hand here and down to the corner. Eugene was just roaring a few minutes ago, the final pass, and in fairness to Andrea, she gave a great pass to Clare Coman, and back in the net she says you wouldn't back anyone else to score that, only Clare that in, that far in. Definitely.
Michelle Miskell picked up a bang early in the game, but she's involved in the action on the far side of the field. Marie Hayes trying to win it back, 3 or 4 players around it. Who's going to come out? It looks like Fiona Lafferty. She goes to ground, she's fouled, and that again a sign of how hard Aina Kilmona are fighting for every ball.
It's probably a sign of, Newmarket are over physical sometimes, and they're going to get caught with a lot of frees, and when you're in that far, like Anne-Marie was well up on top of the Aina Kilmona's back there, and they'll have to watch that, because being 1-4 down now, and we're already 15 minutes into it, Newmarket need to get on the scoreboard fairly lively.
Clare Hare takes the free one, but it's cut out should be cut out on the far side of the field by Amy McInerney, but she's blocked, loses possession. It's very close to the sideline, just outside the 45. Linesman has got his number 8, who has rolled there in the last 5 or 6 minutes, winning a lot of ball, and has again far side by Anne-Marie. McMahon bangs it in. If it breaks, it could be dangerous. Really good defending by Aina Kilmona again, getting away from the danger area, and Tierna Hagerty yet again has it, picked up that break. Lovely hook, ball goes out over the sideline. It is a line ball to Newmarket Fergus, and just in time now for the water break, so when play resumes it'll be a line ball for Aina Kilmona. So what do we make of it so far, Emery?
I think I actually want to commend them that no one has gone to a sweeper. It's great to see that everyone is playing where they're supposed to be playing, and no one has kind of gone on the defensive already. No sign of a sweeper, no nothing like that. It's great to see for a change, I suppose. Aina Kilmona have definitely roared into the game. A goal for Andrea O'Keefe, Amy Keating, Fiona Lafferty. A serious amount of scorers already, and only 15 minutes into the game. Newmarket are getting caught for a lot of frees. Tiny has been caught over there for 2 frees. A couple of needless frees around the place. I think Amy McInerney an awful lot of ball. Even if they're to play,
that we should again point out there that more than 5 points behind.
Exactly. They need to capitalise once they're in in the 45-yard line. They need to capitalise on that. They seem to be giving away silly frees and losing the ball quickly. Now it is great to see that the younger players of the team for both Caoimhe Lally and Tierna Hegarty are having a great battle here on this side of it, and it's great to see the youth coming in.
Yeah, that was actually a great block down from Caoimhe Lally earlier on that forced the line ball for Aina Killamona. Aina Killamona take it, and there wasn't really much pressure on Fiona Lafferty there when she tapped it back as far as Clare who was free. Opportunity now for O'Keefe. She Andrea O'Keefe, she pops it off. Opportunity from the middle of the field, but that wasn't the greatest shot there from Sinead Power.
You said up there a minute ago there wasn't much pressure on the sideline ball. It's because Ger blew the whistle twice. Newmarket weren't actually out in the field. It happened in the Ulster football there a couple of weeks ago. That's your tough luck, unfortunately, if you're not out from the water break. Remember a football goal coming from that, there was nearly war over it. So people have to be prepared for that now in a county final. And
it just shows that how sport has changed. Fiona Lafferty breaking forward now, she's really bursting forward. Great stuff from the number 8. Looked as if I thought she might have been fouled. The goalkeeper runs out over the ball. Newmarket under massive pressure, but eventually they managed to pick it up, and somehow she does really well, Ciara McCarthy, to clear that, but Aina still putting the pressure on. They win it back, and that's a really good score from Aina Killamona's Danielle Griffey. Superb point, 1-5 to no score. Aina Killamona leading, and Newmarket were a bit dicey for a few seconds back there.
Yeah, it's like Ciara McCarthy ran out over it, like, an unusual kind of a move for a goalie. But Danielle Griffey again, 2 points scored. Avian Rhymes in the corner looked out to see who would pass it. I thought Andy called for it, but Danielle Griffey got on it. A great point by her.
Aina Killamona.
Seems Newmarket are a bit sketchy underneath the ball down below.
Yeah.
Nervous still.
Aina Killamona, absolutely magnificent catch from Andrea O'Keefe. She's had a really terrific first 17-18 minutes, but was put under a bit of pressure there. But the goalkeeper's lost the ball inside. Thought she might have had a free out there. Aina Killamona battling inside the full forward Amy Keating, but eventually Newmarket managed to get it clear. It breaks about 40 yards out. Newmarket eventually win it back, and it's going to be a free for Newmarket. I think the foul was on probably Roisin McMahon there at the very end. It's going to be taken by centre back Laura McMahon. Excuse me. Just behind her own 45. They need to make something happen here, Emery.
They do, but also Aina Killamona should have capitalised there. They maybe should have had 2 goals scored at this stage, like already. So they need to wake up inside there. But Newmarket will be disgusted they haven't got into this game yet.
Anne-Marie Hayes now is on the ball, but she's under a lot of pressure from Michelle Miskin on the far side of the field, and Aina Killamona get it clear. Michelle Miskin is having a great game inside cornerback. Jane Fitzgerald has it. Really good delivery, but the fullback is out in front. The American Ferries fullback Katie O'Flanagan, but runs out over the ball and it's picked up by Amy Keating. Amy Keating looks up, and that goes over the bar. And Marie, you're showing your route aside. There was a goal on, but
there was a goal on, and Clare called it. In fairness, look, I suppose it's early, take the point, but this is county final. Anything can happen in the second half, and Aina Killamona could have done with that goal, and Clare called for it. But look, a great point still by Amy Keating.
Substitution here. Aoife Keane, wearing number 17, has come in, and Jane Fitzgerald is gone to the sideline. Aoife Keane, as we were saying earlier on, carrying a bit of an ankle injury. Very good player. What a player to bring in when you're leading by 1-6 to no score in a county final. Ger Hoy calls an overcarry there. 23 minutes gone in the first half, so perhaps this might be an opportunity for Newmarket to make something happen. And just as Roisin McMahon gets ready to take the free, not a whole lot of movement inside, so she's obviously going to try to put it over the bar, or maybe it'll break inside and Newmarket will try and win the break. The goalkeeper, you could really see how she kept her eye on the ball. No matter what was happening in front of her, she didn't take her eye off the ball. And Dervla to Aina Killamona goalkeeper Rebecca Keating has had a really good game so far.
Really good game, and I would like to jinx it now, but she's under every ball. As you say, she never moved her eyes from that.
Newmarket cornerback Aisling Keogh wins it. That's good stuff from Aisling Keogh. She's half blocked down by Teresa O'Keefe. Ger Hoy blows his whistle, and that's because it's a line ball to Ina Kilnamona. So they just seem to have the ability at the moment to just put that bit of pressure on, get the hurley in, get the block, and Newmarket are finding it very hard in general play to get any bit of time and space in which to put a decent ball. Superb line ball, picked up inside, great control from Amy Keating. Amy Keating is fouled, and Marie, aside from the physicality, I suppose the commitment more so of Ina Kilnamona, that they really are battling hard. Their touch is excellent as well.
Yeah, their touch is excellent. They seem to be on form straight away, and I would have said that Newmarket and Fergus would have had the upper hand, I suppose, in physicality, but Ina Kilnamona are definitely bringing it to them. Amy Keating, just inside the 45. It should be a handy enough free for Amy now, but
Amy strikes it well, and that is gone straight over the bar, and Ina Kilnamona now leading by 1-7 to no score, and we've exactly 25 minutes gone. We've got a message here. Hello to Robert Noble. He's watching the live stream in Germany. So we've a bit of an international audience. So that's good to hear that. Hopefully plenty of people watching in Ina Kilnamona, they'll be fairly happy. Mightn't be so happy in Newmarket. Everybody knows that Newmarket need to do something here, but they're just finding it hard to get any bit of fluency into their play in this first half. But on the far side of the field, that was a really well won free by Newmarket and Fergus's Claudia O'Halloran, and it's, I suppose, that type of play that they need. It just need to somehow win a couple of frees, put over a point or two, get back into the game, build the confidence a small bit, and maybe get within
25 minutes, and not a point scored by Newmarket. You definitely wouldn't have said that. I would have said it would have been an awful lot closer.
This is important now. Roisin McMahon hits that, and it is gone over the bar, and it's a really well hit free from Roisin McMahon, and the free, as I said, won by Claudia O'Halloran. So look, maybe Newmarket might be bide by that 1-7 to a point after 26 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes left, of course, including the time that was taken up by the water break. Ball breaking in the middle of the field, pulled on really well by Martin Ferguson's Anya O'Brien, but Cuivalelli is definitely fouled in front of us here, just right in front of us. So it's going to be another free in for Newmarket. Hopefully Cuiva's okay.
I suppose you couldn't underestimate either, Peter. If you look down the far corner, the breeze is blowing serious down there, and you would think from the semi-final Roisin McMahon put over 2 frees probably around the 65-yard line straight over the bar, whereas here she dropped one short a minute ago. She did get the last one, but she's missed a couple of them already, and that would be unusual for her ability, her strength. She would definitely put over a ball from a 65 no problem. So I would think definitely that the breeze is having a big effect on Newmarket scoring, but Ina Kilnamona are hunting in packs all the time. There's 3 or 4 of them around there. Not at the very start of the game they weren't, but they seem to have gotten into it now, and they're hunting all the time in packs.
They seem to be winning from the rock ball. I think Newmarket have only won 2 rock balls at the moment.
Cuivalelli thankfully is okay. Won that free, and that's, I suppose, the type of commitment that Newmarket need to show to win that hard ball. Laura McMahon hits it, lands inside around. Somebody got a touch to it, no idea who, but it went wide. That could have gone anywhere.
I think it was Claudia O'Halloran that pulled in the air on it, but it could have gone anywhere, in fairness,
Ina Kilnamona's Rebecca Keating now. She's looking out the field for a bit of movement. So it's a good puck out, lands just inside the Newmarket half, but really well read. Superb reading by Laura McMahon, pops it off to her sister Roisin, good ball inside. Where's it going to break? It breaks to Ina Kilnamona's centre back, Clare Hare, really well read. Similar to Roisin, or to Laura McMahon at the far side, really well read. Clare Command takes advantage of the bit of a mix-up. Clare Command now looks up, pops it off as far as Andrea O'Keefe. Andrea O'Keefe does really well to hold on to it, gets it back into her control, and it's a really well hit shot from Aoife Keane and a superb point. And I suppose just that's probably the difference at this stage between the teams.
You would have thought that Andrea probably had lost it there the first time, to keep her consistency and get her hand on the ball, and Aoife Keane was calling it for. She actually called it time Andrea didn't give it to her, she made sure she called for the second time to get it off Andrea.
I think we heard her here.
Yeah, we did, but you know, that's what she brings coming onto the field, score already, and she's only been on 4 minutes now?
Yeah, demanded the ball and knew what to do and was able to do what she wanted to do with it. Bit of a ruck in front of us here. Cuivallali wins it, really good stuff, and Cuivallali looks up. That's a superb block down from Clare Herr. And she got a bit of a dunt as well, but she seems to be okay. Ina Killamona win it back, and Andrea O'Keefe is off again. Great pace, great control. Took the pops it off as far as Fiona Lafferty. If she can control it, well, she nearly did control it, but popped. Eventually went back by Aoife Keane, and Sinead Power has the shot, but it's blocked away inside by the American Fergus goalkeeper Ciara McCarthy. She wins the breaking ball inside, but things are a bit dicey at the back at the moment. Ciara McCarthy has it again. She's out near the end line, loses possession. Clare Coman has it. Surely a free one way or the other, but Ger Hoy eventually does blow the whistle, and it's going to be a free out. Clare Herr is still down, and she blocked down that ball and definitely got a tip in the head. So hopefully, Derva, she's going to be okay. Anytime you see a tip in the head, Ger Hoy is absolutely correct to blow up.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, you can't be too cautious, so you can't be. But no doubt Clare will get up there now again, and be no bother to her.
We were talking about Cuivallali there a minute ago. While we were doing shout outs, I suppose Elaine Lally, she's secretary of the American Fergus, and she's always been very good to Clare Camogie, and her daughter was there, and I suppose she had sent in a little bit of a shout out to all the girls. And you know, there's another lady playing there, Lorraine Bible. She's actually a Carlow woman. Her parents, Brian and Eileen Bible, are watching from Boris in Carlow.
Brilliant.
I suppose we won't diss them for that. We'll give them the Carlow shout, and you know, it's cheering on Lorraine. It's a great day for them, and I suppose it's great that they have the opportunity to watch it.
Thankfully, Clare is okay. It's going to be 5 minutes of injury time. We're just gone 30 minutes, so 5 minutes including injury time and the time for the water break as well. Nikki Kaiser in as well, so Newmarket I suppose know that they've got to throw everything at Ina Killamona. So Nikki Kaiser had did well in the semi-final when she came on, and they'll be hoping that she can do the same here. Great stuff from Tierna Hagerty, bangs it up the field, but cut out inside by Laura McMahon. Laura McMahon's been on an enormous amount of ball. The clearance though goes astray, picked up by Ina Killamona, and if this goes over the bar, it's yet again an example of their ruthlessness in this first half, and that's banged over the bar by Aoibhinn Ryan. Absolutely super points, but almost every single mistake made by Newmarket is being punished.
And one are capitalising. I suppose Aoibhinn Ryan will be disappointed she wasn't starting in the semi-final, and I suppose she has a point to prove. She came on the last day, scored 4 points, and I think that getting that on her belt before half time will probably secure her place till at least the end of the game anyway.
Newmarket were hoping to mount an attack, but yet again the full back line of Ina Killamona, Sinead Quinn, Michelle Miskell doing really well inside. Michelle Miskell has it, looks up, bangs a nice ball up the field, really well won the far side by Aoife Keane, picks it up, turns. She's made quite a contribution since she came on. She came on to a team that was playing well, and if anything, they're playing even better since she came in. So I suppose as a substitute, as a substitute, that's a great thing to be able to do, and their management will be delighted. The Newmarket full back Katie O'Flanagan defending well on the far side of the field, and
silly free by Amy Keith. She's going nowhere anyway. She's out on the sideline, like what's the point? And she'd lost her hurl as well, so she really was going nowhere anywhere. She should have just put her under probably a bit more pressure and keep the ball there until some of Killamona got over.
She gave away the free, but at the same time, I suppose coaches always like to see the free given away high up the field, so to try and stop them from building up a bit of play. So
that's the point, like all the forwards for Ina Killamona have now scored.
Yeah, I mean, their management team would be absolutely delighted with that. It's a dream scenario for Ina Killamona, not so much of a dream scenario for Newmarket. I suppose they just need to get to half time as soon as possible and somehow have a chat and try and get things, try and just get them going.
We've been talking a lot about these 4 quarters. I think it's definitely someone please get us to half time now for Newmarket.
Absolutely.
And settle things down.
33 minutes gone, we've got 2 minutes left of injury time. Ina Kilmamona's Aoibhinn Ryan tries to win it on the far side. Ball goes out over the sideline. Fergal Brace says it's a line ball for Ina Killamona. I think it's going to be taken, if my eyesight is anywhere right, I think it's Aoife Keane.
No, it's
Aoife, is it?
It's Aoife Ryan. 2 year eyesight. We'll have to do something about this. Sponsored by Specsavers, I'd say. We'll have to do something about both your eyesights. Aoife Ryan took that.
So we'll try not to rise our own inside in the commentary position here. Channel Clare with commentary position. And should mention again, of course, the weekend coverage of all 4 Clare Camogie Cup finals brought to us in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare. Many thanks to them for that. It's certainly been enormously helpful, and it's great to be able to live stream the games, given that unfortunately people can't at the moment view games. It's been a source of a lot of frustration, but I suppose that's what we have to live with at the moment. Hopefully things will change over the next few weeks. But at the moment, nobody from Kilmona will be too concerned, aside maybe from that line ball, but it's cut out really well by Roisin McMahon, bangs it up the field. Really good stuff there from Lorraine Bible. That was a great catch, and she's taken on Clare Herher. That's the kind of thing that Newmarket need to do, but Clare Herher again showing her quality, her experience, her tenacity, because Lorraine Bible had got away from her. It looked as if she had, but Newmarket have won it back though, and they've banged it in around the house. Great defending inside again, but good defending as well from Newmarket. High up the field, Caoimhe Laddie breaks forward. Looks as if she might have been fouled. I thought she was fouled.
Something else I've actually noticed is Carol O'Leary has actually gone off, so obviously that's who Nicky Kaiser's come on for, and I would put my house on leaving Carol O'Leary on the field unless she's gone off injured. Something must have happened, but she would still, by chance get a goal or something out of it, or physicality. They seem to have just kind of fallen apart at the moment.
Yeah, it's very noticeable that even
she's out further.
Yeah,
as you said, definitely keep her on like you'd have to.
She had started quite well inside full forward. You'd wonder, but maybe they might put her in at the start of the second half, because she had won a bit of ball and was causing a bit of a problem. Amy Keating causing a bit of a problem now for Newmarket, and Steps probably took the 4, maybe just about the 5. So
he's consistent enough now. In fairness, he called for it up there and he's called for it here now as well. I think it's half time, Peter.
Ger Hoey has called for half time. Aina Kilmona leading by a goal and 9 points, the goal from Clare Caman to Newmarket and Fergus's 1 point, so 12 points to 1. It's fairly comprehensive. Just before we go for the break, we will remind you that there is quite a strong breeze. It might make a difference. Newmarket will be hoping it definitely will. Time will tell. We're going to go for a break. Back very soon here on Channel Clare in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare.
At a time when we must stay at home and you can't be in that special place you love, all you can do is dream of being there. Imagine the rugged beauty of our national park. Picture the majesty of our Great Cliffs. Hover over our tranquil islands and drift away on our waterways. Dreaming of the place you love is one thing. Tasting it, feeling it, smelling it, experiencing it. Those are the special moments that dreams can't buy. Don't worry, we're still here, ready to make your dreams a reality. When you can't be in the place you love, dream of Clare. We'll see you soon.
Companies across Ireland are opening back up. And now, more than ever, businesses across the island need our support. At Amber Fire Protection Limited, our focus is on sharing our decades of experience in the fire protection industry. Experience that can help your business.
Hi everybody, Mary Howard here, the Mayor of Clare, and I just wanted to check in with you here on this most important weekend. It's the biggest weekend of the year for Clare Club Camogie, and I wish to extend my best wishes to all 4 competing teams in the senior and intermediate finals. You've done your communities and your clubs proud. I'm a very proud Clare woman, I'm a very proud hurling supporter, and I'm delighted to see the game in Clare go from strength to strength. Have a great weekend, have great fun, and God bless.
That song wouldn't get you going, though, would it? And you're welcome back to Channel Clare's live coverage of the Clare Senior Camogie County Final. We're coming live from Father McNamara Park here in Ennis. Half-time score, Aina Kinnamona leading by 1-9 to 1 point. Newmarket and Fergus just 1 point from a free from Roisin McMahon in that first half. Delighted to be joined by our half-time panel, Marion Rogers from Scariff Ogonnelloe, Louise Woods from St Joseph's Durham Airfield, and Sinead O'Keefe from Kilmaley. Marion, at this stage at half-time, what would your thoughts be if you were from Aina Kinnamona? You'd be extremely happy.
Look, if you're Aina Kinnamona, you'd be absolutely delighted with the performance of people there in the first 30 minutes. They're all over Newmarket, and it's not even so much that Newmarket are playing bad, but Aina Kinnamona are just playing their link-up play. They're just playing super today. There isn't a single player out there that has done anything wrong, and they're just really going at them, and they really want this more so than Newmarket. It looks like so far.
And I suppose there's a couple of things that really stand out, Louise. Their tenacity and their touch. You know, both. Sometimes a team, would be really committed and go for every ball, but maybe their touch mightn't be quite there. But everything is there. It looks, it wasn't that first half anyway for Aina Kinnamona.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the match maybe against Kilmaley and the extra time really brought them on a ton. They're playing brilliant, as Marion just said. The range of scores from the forwards are absolutely brilliant. Every single one of them, even Aoife Keane who came on, has scored. So they're playing really, really well. Just excellent all round. I think Newmarket have a lot of work to do in the second half to get back into the game.
Sinead, from I suppose a Kilmaley point of view, disappointed you're not here. What do you think of what you've seen?
Yeah, look, we've played both these teams this year, and we could say that maybe Aina probably are after coming into this game a lot more than what Newmarket are, but I suppose Newmarket have a huge panel, and we, from playing them, I know that we kind of came back at them for a period of time, but they stuck with us and they really kind of came at it. So I think they're going to do the same thing in the second half, really fight, put it up to Aina Kinnamona and really try and come back into the game and get a few scores on the board in the first 15 minutes and see how they get on from there.
Marion, I suppose we've pointed out a couple of times in the commentary, there is a breeze. Is it a huge factor?
I don't actually think so. I think it's nearly more going across the field than favouring either of the teams. Strikes are good for both teams. Goalies, they're matching each other on their puck-outs. I don't think the breeze is affecting it in any way at all. It's just the absolute tenacity of Aina Kinnamona. Like, Newmarket just aren't getting a sniff of the ball.
If you were over there with Newmarket now at this stage, what would you be saying? What would you be thinking? What message do you think are they trying to have to come up with something?
They do. Look, it's going to be very hard to rally them again, but Newmarket are a team that will do absolutely anything necessary to try to get the win. They're not going to give up yet. They're going to come out absolutely fighting. But I think Aina Kinnamona are sitting very comfortably at the moment. First 5 minutes even, if Aina Kinnamona can get another score or two, then I think that'll be the end of it for Newmarket.
And Louise, just a final word as the teams take to the field. Newmarket need to get the first couple of scores, turn this into a battle somehow.
Absolutely, if they want to turn it around, they really need to get on the scoreboard. If you told me that it would take them 25 minutes to get the first point, well, I think if you were Aina, you'd be delighted.
Great stuff. Thanks indeed to our half-time panel of Marion Rogers, Louise Woods and Sinead O'Keefe. Great stuff from them. And second half just about to start. That's good timing. The ball thrown in, and immediately Aina Kinnamona win the ball in the middle of the field. But Newmarket showing a bit of fight, win it back. But the ball eventually breaks for Newmarket, and it's hit forward. But really well cut out there again by Aina Kinnamona. A reminder of the score, just in case you're not sure. It's Aina Kilmona 1-9, Newmarket 1 point. Aina Kilmona with an early opportunity of a 10th point, but it drifted just wide. We were just saying at half time there that Newmarket need to make something happen fast.
I was watching Brian, he was roaring at them to carry the ball, and they'll definitely have to do it. They'll have to take on this Aina Kilmona defence, or the game is practically over at this stage unless they wake up here.
Anne-Marie Hayes now picks it up. Good stuff from Anne-Marie Hayes. That looks like a really good score. It's a great score from Anne-Marie Hayes, and
it's a good response.
It's a great response.
Anne-Marie had been given a few frees in the first half and has kind of woke up here small, but they put Carol O'Leary back into full forward position, which I want to see, because when they're going to be beaten in this ball with the wind, she's the woman inside to catch it.
So maybe a chance here that Newmarket might build a small bit of momentum. They need to just not panic and try and tap over a couple of scores. But first of all, they've got to win the ball in the middle of the field. Great stuff there from Laura McMahon, bursting forward, showing absolutely massive commitment, and that's the type of thing that they need to do. I mean, we'd never question their commitment. I mean, but it's just that small bit of quality. Maybe the fluency of their hurling in the first half wasn't there. But
that's probably the right word, the fluency. Aina Kilmona were passing the ball all the time, and the lads on the sideline roaring, pop the ball to the better person in position. I think the breeze is definitely going to help Newmarket and Fergus here in this half.
Laura McMahon bangs it in, and it's in the back of the net. And not quite sure who got the touch.
Roisin McMahon. It's Roisin McMahon coming out towards us here.
So
number 8,
Laura hit it in. Very, very dangerous ball, dropped inside, and those kind of balls are absolutely deadly if they break. And maybe we've got a county final on 192 points, and we're only a minute and a half into the second half. This is what the game needed.
If Laura keeps getting on the ball as she did in the first half, and with her strong hook, she'll get everything driving it over.
And we have to remember that Laura McMahon won the free as well, showing huge tenacity. But now Aina Kilmona trying to hit back, and centre forward, or Clare Command wearing 11 is in there. She picks it up, but Newmarket win it back and win the free out. Couple of oohs and ahs inside in the commentary box, and we could nearly feel one or two of those hits up here.
McMahon is well able to give them along with getting them, so there's no fear her. But yeah, definitely a free out. But I think our Newmarket have woken up here now, thank God, because it should have had the makings of a great county final, and hopefully now this goal by Newmarket has given them a bit of a lift.
Absolutely. Well, you can just sense there's more energy about Newmarket. Certainly there's more energy on their sideline as well, because we can hear them, and we're about 100 yards away. It's a good sign. Aina Kilmona will be trying to, I suppose, put a bit of a dampener on what's been happening in the first couple of minutes by getting a score. Perhaps they'll have a chance here, but it's half blocked down. There was a good shot from the Aina Kilmona number 10, Andrea O'Keefe, who had a really good first half, but that shot drifted wide. She was under a small bit of pressure when she hit it, and that's the reason it drifted wide. Puck out is taken. Lorraine Bible battling with her opposite number, Sinead Power. Newmarket are winning those kind of hard ball in the opening couple of minutes, and that's what's made a bit of a difference. Now they've got a chance as Cuivalali breaks forward. She's either going to get a free in, or it's going to be a free out for over carrying, and Ger Hoy says that was over carrying.
Yeah, maybe she should have popped it and give the pass a bit sooner. Like they had an overrun inside.
Yeah.
There's a bit more urgency now in fairness to Newmarket. They're poking the ball out quicker. Kira is hitting it faster, and they need to get another couple of points in this game.
Free is hit forward, picked up by Aoife Keane. Aoife Keane pops it as far as the Aina Kilmona's Aoibhinn Ryan. Aoibhinn trying to make a bit of an angle for herself, pops it off. Really nice pop as Ursula Lafferty. She burst through. She's gone through 4 or 5 players, and she's fouled.
And better off to give a foul there. He's calling it back for the earlier free in, and better off, because I think Katie O'Flanagan was probably going to give away a penalty there, so he had just blown the whistle just as Katie took her out of it, maybe. I won't say that, but it definitely gave her a hard tackle, and Aina Kilmona would probably feel aggrieved a little bit. They're probably glad they got the free, but if he had played advantage a bit more, it could have been maybe a penalty.
I thought that if he had played advantage, that either she might have got a penalty, or she was in on goal.
She was in on goal, definitely. There's definitely a bit of pressure on now on both teams to try and get another score or two on this, or even go for a goal. Amy will definitely pop this over the bar though.
Amy Keating.
I think we only need to get this ball over the bar just to settle them after the half-time break.
Amy Keating, absolutely no problem, pops it over, and that's Aina Kilmona's 10th point, 110 to 1-2, and we're 5 minutes into the second half. And Ciara McCarthy now with the latest Newmarket puck out. Absolutely superb puck out, far side of the field, but well read, really well read by the Lisa Ryan, cornerback for Aina Kilnamona. Picked up that break nicely.
You can even see from the puck out there, the breeze definitely has an impact. It's come way down onto the opposite 45, and Ciara normally would only get maybe to the 65, so there's definitely a good 20 extra in that puck out.
So the line ball far side of the field, I think it's Fiona Lafferty that's taking it. Is it?
She's the see. For those of you who can't see, he's the spectacles on now at this stage.
So anyway, not the greatest line ball, picked up nicely by Jenny Kelly, bangs it forward, a bit of a battle going on, who's going to win the breaking ball. Really well run by Roisin, but fresh air, but she gets back, tries to kick it, misses it. Fiona Lafferty is in there. Newmarket's Claude O'Halloran is in there too, who's going to come out with it. Ger Hoy looking on, he hasn't seen anything that merits blowing the whistle. But he might have to throw it in maybe here eventually, because it had kind of reached a bit of a stalemate.
This will suit Aina Kilnamona as well, just to slow things down, because Newmarket are putting the pressure on now to try and keep up the pace and keep the ball inside the Aina Kilnamona 45.
Yeah. Newmarket really, do need to get maybe the next score or two, because we have to remember there still is 8 points in it. 1-10 to 1-2. Newmarket have outscored Aina Kilnamona by a goal and a point to a point in the second half. Aina Kilnamona break out with it, but well cut out by Tilmarkin Fergus, left half back Tara O'Neill, but she lost possession, and Aina Kilnamona win it back, and breaking forward is Andrea O'Keefe. She's had an absolutely superb final, pops it off to Amy Keating taking on the Newmarket full back line. That has to be a free. She pops it off, no free. Ciara McCarthy comes out. That is a free.
Like one of my days, I have to say. Barely a tip on.
Okay, that's a clear free. But I did think there might have been a free.
Yeah, there was a free in
earlier
because Aisling Keogh had pulled back Amy Keating's arm there as she was soloing in along, and it definitely could have been a free. But I think Ger's doing the right thing and probably letting it off a bit as well. We don't want to see a stalemate.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. I mean, we're giving out if there isn't a free, and then we're giving out if there's too many frees. So
Yeah, but just also to know down there, if Amy had given the pass out, and it's 3 Aina Kilnamona is ready to hit it over the bar.
Oh, great hands from Roisin McMahon, bangs it in, but it wasn't the greatest shot. It was a good opportunity perhaps of a point, but she caught it really well. But the Aina Kilnamona goalkeeper Rebecca Keating did well. Aina Kilnamona eventually tried to come out with it. Clare Herher won that really well. She's under pressure from a couple of Newmarket players. The clearance not the best. Roisin McMahon picks it up in around the danger area. I nearly came out with a George Hamilton one there. There's danger here, but Aina Kilnamona clear it. And what's really impressive about Aina Kilnamona is that they tend to look up and try and find somebody with the pass when they're coming out of defence. And that is Aoife Keane breaks it forward as far as Andrea O'Keefe, who looks up and hits it. And that looks like an absolutely magnificent point from Andrea O'Keefe. Under absolutely savage pressure at the far side of the field, Aina Kilnamona broke out, looked up. Their ability to knit to play together is just really impressive.
It's probably the best word to describe as a team score, starting right down here in the corner back, passed it up to every single player along the line, and Aoife Keane looked forward towards Andrea O'Keefe. A great score by her.
Andrea O'Keefe.
Sub on here, Zoe McInerney has come on, and on the far overside, number 10 is gone off, and Anya O'Brien has gone off.
Yep.
So Zoe, I suppose, thrown in there, try and catch the ball, baiting the ball on top of Zoe, seeking to get a goal out of it as well. A couple of times the ball has been in there. She's a woman to catch the ball, but they'll have to get another score or two on here.
1-11 to 1-2, and we're just over 9 minutes into the second half. Fiona Lafferty powering forward, definitely fouled. Clear foul there from Laura McMahon. You weren't sure? I thought it was a definite free.
Laura's tough, and she stood her ground, and she'd come up equally as tough to Fiona. I don't know, both of them probably.
I thought she put the arm in,
but put the arm around her, I suppose. But that's my toughness now. I said, good luck to us.
Exactly, but I think Fiona's cuteness as well. She knew how to hold her.
No doubt.
Clare Herher is on it now, and she's had a fantastic game inside. You're watching Roisin McMahon all the time inside. She's had a brilliant game so far.
I mean, The key Ina Kilmona players have been so good, and look at that from Clare Herher. The breeze definitely in her face. It's kind of a swirling breeze, but definitely not favouring Ina Kilmona, and she hit that with such certainty and conviction.
They bring her up, for those from the 65, and she scored an awful lot of them over the championship already. But a great score by Clare. She's having a fantastic game.
It's a 10-point game for a couple of minutes. Within the first 2 minutes of the second half. We thought that maybe it might tighten up a bit, that 1-1 in that first couple of minutes from Newmarket, but since then Ina Kilmona have shown real, I suppose, clarity in their play. They're back to how well they played in the first half in terms of their ability to win ball, put a few passes together, create space and bang it over the bar.
Newmarket are starting like they did in the first half. They started strong for the first 2 minutes and then kind of faded away. You wouldn't like to see that again to keep happening.
Ginny Kelly pops it off as far as Lorraine Bible now trying to make some inroads. Definite free just behind.
A better free out there. They were getting the run on there from straight away. They were trying to get a run on Kilmona backs while they were out. But when you look at the subs that have come on for Newmarket already, Newmarket have nearly played all their cards now that they've been playing over the championship. They probably have one more maybe to go in Casey Toomey. She might get a run out for, she's a right little goal snatcher, and maybe Kate Clancy. Those girls have played already.
Roisin McMahon hits it, and that's straight over the bar. That's well hit. Good score. Badly needed score as well for Newmarket. It's down to 9 points, 112 to 1-3. Newmarket just need to somehow, it's very easy to say it from up here, but they need to somehow try to keep the play down the far side of the field.
They need to get someone else in the scoreboard. Roisin McMahon, obviously the goal came from the free, but Roisin's already got it, 2 points, and Emery Hayes, there's not that many scorers yet.
Aoibhinn Ryan has it inside. There was a nice pass to Aoibhinn from Andrea O'Keefe, but not the greatest shot. They've been better than that with most of their opportunities up to now. Ina Kilmona.
It was a poor strike from her strong side as well. I just don't think she put as much effort in that she should have.
Ciara McCarthy hits it out the field. Cuivalali is in there battling for it, as is Nikki Kaiser, but so too is Clare Herher, who's going to win it. Eventually Cuivalali does win it, breaks forward, really good stuff from Cuivalali, wins the free, and
she's definitely gotten a lot of ball and got a couple of frees as well. I suppose it's interesting to see Roisin's back out now again to try and take this, but Cuiva's definitely gotten a lot of ball. They can't just seem to get past this half back line of Ina Kilmona. I suppose they're looking to the frees now, and it's 2 frees already from Roisin McMahon. That won't go down well in the
Roisin gets strikes out really well, straight over the bar. That's really good stuff. Important point again from Roisin McMahon that reduces the deficit to 8 points, 112 to 1-4. With a few messages coming in here from people viewing the game, not just in Clare but from around the world. Jason Ryan, who's from Newmarket, he's watching in Gilbert, Arizona, so hello to Jason and family. He'll be hoping that Roisin McMahon's shot might cause a problem inside for Ina Kilmona, but it didn't quite cause a problem for Rebecca Keating, but Ger Hoy had seen a free just before Roisin hit the ball, so she's, I think,
she's going to get a free in.
She's going to get a free in.
For a late pull on her.
And this could be, I suppose it's a case of when you get the point opportunities, take them, try to chip away at the scoreboard as much as you can. As I say, take the points and the goals might come. So that's they're very sure they will come. Roisin hits that. This is dangerous. This could go anywhere. And there was a goal opportunity there for Newmarket, but Ina Kilmona, they were either lucky, but it was good defending as well, because they had enough players back there, and they got it here, and that could have been an absolutely that could have been a massive tonic if it had gone in for Newmarket. It didn't. Roisin McMahon looks up, wins it back, but not a poor strike from Roisin by her standards, but.
The chance was there, I suppose, for Carl O'Leary when Amy Keating had blocked down the ball. Carl was just there and she swung and missed it, but they are getting a couple of chances now. Silly ball, I suppose, by Roisin McMahon, of her standard, that should be going over the bar, or look for someone in closer. They have had plenty of chances, they can't blame anyone, in the first, 13 minutes of the second half, 14 minutes, they've had a good few chances. They need to be converting these.
Ina Kilmona now trying to create a chance of their own on the Newmarket 45. Newmarket win it back. So it's good defending there from the market, looking up, banging it downfield, but great hands from Roisin McMahon, super hands, good ball in as well, nice angle ball in, favours the inside forward. Carla Leary looks up and that's over the bar, and that really was the pass from Roisin McMahon made that because it was on the outside of the forward, the outside of the defender, impossible for the defender to get in front. The water break, Ger Hoy's just called it here, but it's down now to 112 to 1-5, 7-point game. 15 or 16 minutes left. I mean, you couldn't completely rule out the market, but they need at least one goal.
They need another few people to stand up to the play. I suppose Roisin McMahon has been outstanding. Carl Leary's just after scoring a point there. They need another few. I know Caoimhe Lally's been getting on a lot of balls and probably getting a few frees, but I think Aine Killamore, the half back line, is probably having a field day. Already in this half, Aine Killamore have scored a free from Amy Keating, Andrea O'Keefe a point, and Clare Hare another free, whereas the same for Newmarket. Roisin McMahon has got a free and Carol Leary's got a point. You know, Newmarket have made an awful lot of chances and they just haven't been converting them enough, and they'll be disappointed in that. And if they come out in these last 15 minutes, they need to go all guns blazing, or again the game will be out of sights.
Like, are Newmarket a bit skittish in front of goals? They don't seem to be confident, or they're just overrunning it each time, so they are. And maybe the water break might be a great help now to Aine Killamore to try and stem the Newmarket and Fergus run on.
I suppose while we're talking about Newmarket as well, one of the other shout-outs was to Sarah McInerney, Amy McInerney's sister. She's taking a break from her study. She's in the USA and she's watching the game on Channel Clare on the live stream, and it's great, I suppose, for the likes of them to get a chance. We also had one for Breed Mac. It's sent in by her relatives. It's well done to Clare Camogie on the live streaming of the Camogie finals. They're watching from Stamford in Connecticut, and the lads are saying, hoping to see my sister Breed doing a little bit of walking around the place. I suppose all to do with her Clare fundraiser, and it's from Noel, Lindsay, Molly, Janet and Callie McNamara out there in Connecticut.
Just after seeing Paddy McMahon give a fairly vigorous talking to Newmarket.
Wouldn't like Paddy now, to be fair.
So will it work? You know, I mean, this is it. Like it's I suppose decision time now for Newmarket. They need to throw absolutely everything they have at Aine Killamore. They need to get the next score or two, even if it doesn't have to be necessarily a goal. Just try to build a bit of momentum. Turn the 7-point lead into a 5-point lead. If you get it down to a 5-point lead, suddenly
there's nothing really in it. Then if they get another goal in the last 6-7 minutes, it could all change again.
And they've got a lot of experience, a lot of quality across the field. So I don't think the Newmarket and Fergus are thinking this is over. I think they're thinking we need to make it happen in the next 2 or 3 minutes and try to make sure that Aine Killamore don't get the next couple of scores. But Andrea O'Keefe yet again picks up the ball. She has had a magnificent game. She's racing away from Laura McMahon, cuts inside, cuts across her, kicks it over the bar. What a score. That is just brilliant.
Playing with the banner in football. I think they'll be recruiting her now after this anyway.
But like the pace, the control she showed there, and then the ability. Well, first of all, I suppose the imagination to think I'd better kick it over here, and then to be able to do it. Carla Leary fouled.
Silly free by Sinead Quinn, but you know they need every one of these frees.
Roisin's going to presumably tap this over. They need to hit back straight away. They need to get a couple of scores on the board. Roisin McMahon looks up to, by her standards, this is going to go over the bar, straight over the bar. Point each in the first couple of minutes of the last quarter, if we could call it that. 113 to 1-6 in favour of Aine Killamore, so it's still a 7-point game. Aine Killamore's Rebecca Keating looks downfield, hits it to the far sideline.
Well done, Zoe.
Ball breaks and Aine Killamore win it back. Nice ball yet again into space in front of Clare Command. Forwards love space, backs hate it. Clare Command does really well inside to hold on to it, pops it off as far as Aoibhinn Ryan under a bit of pressure, does well to find Clare Command again. Clare Command strikes it across to Sinead Power breaks through a couple of tackles, great control from Sinead Power, but good hook and just couldn't get the shot in. Newmarket clear it. How important might that be? Because that was a definite opportunity for Aine Killamore. Maybe there might be a bit of space to the far side. Clare Hare gives away the free. Newmarket shown plenty passion. They haven't given up. They're not going to do that because they're not that type. They've got a lot of pride, a lot of They've been in 15 of the last 20 county finals.
And a great hook there first, or a block by Laura McMahon, but definitely that a goal written all over it, and Amy McInerney did well to clear out the ball as far as Aisling Keogh and Zoe McInerney getting the free.
Ball is banged in, but unfortunately from the Market's point of view it goes just wide, so the scoreline remains as it was. Aina Kilmona leading by 113 to 1 goal and 6 points, and we have just over 20 minutes gone, so probably about 12-13 minutes left if we include the time for the water break. Superb catch, absolutely magnificent from Aoife Keane. Pops it off to Andrea O'Keefe. Lovely touch, the control, pops it off. If this goes over from Amy Keating, it would be quite a point, but
late block down there, Andrea O'Keefe.
Yeah, Ger Hoy spotted that. Free in, Aoife Keane, brilliant hands.
Yeah, she's having a fantastic game already. You know, she's doing very well altogether. And you know, to catch that ball straight out of the air and have the whereabouts to run straight at the Newmarket defence and pop it off to Andrea O'Keefe. And as you said, there was a late tackle there on Andrea O'Keefe on her hand, and it's Amy Keating, I think, going to take this free. Does Newmarket change? Quivalali's gone off.
Yeah, Quivalali's gone off, and I haven't quite seen yet who's come in. Breed Enright actually has come in, so Breed Enright in. So Jenny Kelly probably started instead of her.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. So Breed Enright, who was named to start at 14 at full forward, she's in for about the last 10 or 12 minutes.
I don't know, would I change Quivalali now at this stage?
Yeah.
She put in a lot of blocks
I thought
in there, so she was.
Amy Keating, absolutely no doubt about that, strikes it straight over the bar. 114 to 1-6, and we've got 8 minutes left technically, but probably 2 or 3 minutes of added time as well. So Newmarket know better than we do that they've got to make something happen, but not with that ball. Aoife Keane again, who's been superb, and her link-up play with Andrea O'Keefe has been just unbelievably impressive. Andrea O'Keefe,
he's great. There's on off the shoulder.
Laura McMahon first, but Aina Kilmona is bearing down a goal chance on. She takes the point and strikes that with great conviction straight over the bar. 115 to 1-6.
Andrea's got 3 points in the second half.
She has been outstanding. You know, everything she's done, her 3 points has been impressive, but her ability to win ball, her touch, her pace, link up play, her vision, the whole lot.
It's just amazing. You know, she's constantly on that run. She's guiding the other players around her as well. So we have now a change.
Kathy Cullinan is coming on for Aina Kilmona, and Sinead Power is coming off. Kathy Cullinan with 19 on her back.
Yep. So we've got just over or less than 8 minutes left. Newmarket win the ball far side of the field. Their wing back Tara O'Neill strikes it forward, but cut out yet again by Clare Herher, and Aina Kilmona's link-up play, their passing, the way Clare Herher found Amy Keating there was just really impressive. Amy Keating made the run, but Clare Herher spotted the spaces in front of her and landed a lovely ball in front of her. But Newmarket have won it back and are breaking forward now. It's a superb run from Lorraine Bible, the number 9, but the pop
pass wasn't great.
Didn't find a teammate. Ball breaks in the middle. Aina Kilmona showing the commitment required, I suppose, to win a county championship. They battle for absolutely everything, don't they?
I suppose we've been talking about Andrea O'Keefe, but like Aoife Keane, when she's come on, she's been outstanding.
Superb.
And she has had an injury to her ankle, and I suppose to put herself on the line and come out and sliding in there, trying to get every inch out of every ball that she can, she's been outstanding. And this will suit Aina Kilmona, slow things down and bring up Clare Herher and play down the clock a good bit. You know, so there's 23, 24 nearly gone now at this stage. You know, this will suit Aina Kilmona. Short ball.
Clare Herher doesn't get behind it maybe as much as she would have liked. Will it break for Andrea O'Keefe? It does. She's got it. She's in on goal, and that's in the back of the net. And well, unfortunately, from the market point of view, that's probably that. 215 to 1-6.
You know, goal by Andrea.
Lethal finish.
Give up, and already she scored. Andrea has scored a goal and 4 points already in this game. You know, she's been fantastic. And
well, her display really capped by that finish. But again, the free was won in the middle of the field by Aina Kilmona, just showing that tenacity. They're playing well, their touch is good, all that kind of stuff, but more important than anything else, they're putting the head in where it hurts, and they've got another opportunity now through Avian Ryan to put yet another point on the scoreboard. They've done just that superb finish, 2:16 to 1:6, and we have to say that Aina Kilmona have been superb all through.
They have, and they're not going to let the pedal off the gas yet. Like you would hope there's a small bit left in Newmarket to give it a great tight finish in the end. A bit of competition at least.
Lorraine Bible isn't giving up, but she's surrounded by 3 Aina Kilmona players, but does superbly to look across field. But the reading of the play again there from Aina Kilmona's right half back Tierna Hegarty was absolutely excellent. She read it. She had taken a step forward before the ball was even struck. Really intelligent play, and she's, I think, involved in the play again, but this time it's picked up by Amy Keating. She pops it off as far as Avian Ryan, straight over the bar.
I'd say it's a case of shin, to be honest. Try and bury them now fairly lively, and things are kind of falling apart for Newmarket and Fergus, but that's not to take anything away from Aina Kilmona, because every ball they're looking up for a pass to the better player. Every time they get their ball, they're running it straight at Newmarket. I think Laura McMahon is going down, I suppose, just to kind of calm things down. That's her experience.
Laura got
she got a slap.
Goal. She got a hard slap, and she's been carrying it since. So maybe hopefully she'll be able to stay on now and finish out the game.
Yeah, hopefully Laura McMahon is okay to continue.
Sheen as well down here in front of us.
Yeah, Laura McMahon certainly has had she's been definitely one of the market's better players. She has been under pressure centre back, but has picked up a lot of ball and done everything she can do to try to stem the tide, but it's an overwhelming tide.
Yeah, it's an overwhelming tide. I think if I were Aina Kilmona now, I'd take off Aoife Keane as well. We're so far forward at this stage. We have a Munster competition to look forward to. Had an ankle injury, no point risking it now for the rest of 6-7 minutes in the game left.
Yeah, it would be good game management, because she has come on and she's made a great contribution. Aina Kilmona's cornerback Lisa Ryan did well there to break out, pop forward from Teresa O'Keefe. Cathy Conlon bangs it forward. Lovely play from Aina Kilmona in as far as Amy Keating. The shot not the best, but the link up play, the movement, the touch, the passing, extremely impressive.
She won't be bothered. That's come wide. It doesn't really matter because it's slowing everything down. There's a sub on here for Aina Kilmona. Sinead O'Loughlin, number 23, is coming on, and I haven't seen anyone go off yet for Aina Kilmona. Where they're waiting, I'd say. Clare Command is coming off there now. She's coming across in the far side corner, but Sinead O'Loughlin probably, has been up the country, I think, working and teaching and things like that, and she played a massive part last year, so I'd say she and put a bit of impression for the Munster Championship.
We've got just over 3 minutes left, 2:17 to 1:6, and we've got to come up with a player of the match. Myself and the 2 analysts, and we've spent a lot of time talking about one particular player who's had a great game. No, not the only. Like Clare Hare has played really well at centre back. Fiona Lafferty, middle of the field. Tierna Hegarty, who's on the ball at the moment at right half back, has had a superb game as well. Avian Ryan has done some great stuff in the second half, but.
Like if you were looking at Newmarket, Roisin McMahon has had a great game as well. Carrying, I suppose, the mantle for the whole of the Newmarket team. Clare Hare definitely has played a great game at centre back. Mark and Carol Leary and all those around. Amy Keating has 4 points, scored some frees. Danielle Griffey, I thought Griffin had an excellent first half. Clare Command a goal. Avian Ryan has got 3 points. Andrea O'Keefe has a goal and 4 scored already. It's been a fantastic game for a lot of players.
We'll talk about that in a second again, because at the moment Sinead O'Loughlin trying to bear down on goal, but she ran into a Newmarket defender, and there's a player down unfortunately as well. Aisling Keogh is down, so hopefully she'll be okay. So in terms, Breed McNamara at County Board PRO joins us here. Breed, you look very relaxed.
I won't answer that.
She's a walk over.
And listen, it's the quality of the game mightn't be what we hoped, but listen, it's a massive opportunity for us to showcase our county grounds. And huge thanks to all on Channel Clare, because without you we wouldn't have been able to deliver this game to so many people, both within the county, within the country and overseas.
Well, Breed, thank you as well, because We've been on the phone quite a bit to each other over the last
You're my number one on speed dial, Peter.
I'm getting to the stage now where your name pops up on the phone and I'm thinking, what have I done now? But hopefully now in the market, cornerback Aisling Keogh is going to be okay, but she's definitely going to, I'd say, limp off. She's definitely picked up some kind of an injury. I mean, it hasn't been the greatest final in terms of competitiveness, but Ina Kilmona have been superb.
Yeah, and I think I said it in the previews earlier in the week when we were speaking about Ina Kilmona and Newmarket on Fergus. Was Newmarket's win over Scariff Gunlow in the semi-final, was that their final? And that, in my opinion, Ina Kilmona hadn't actually delivered to their full potential thus far in the championship. So they've held it for today, obviously, for the final.
Breed, many thanks for that, and many thanks for your help as well. It has been absolutely magnificent. Just again, a reminder that the live stream on Channel Clare brought to you in association with Clare County Council and Visit Clare, and we're very grateful for the help of Clare County Council and Visit Clare.
There's a sub on there, Michelle Mescal has gone off, and it's number 18 here for Eineke. Well, she's number 18 in her back. Or she's number 16, Chloe Foodie is after coming on for Michelle Mescal at cornerback.
217-216, that's the score. Ina Kilmona well in control. Newmarket trying to maybe put something together, but Ina Kilmona battling really hard. They're determined to see out the last 4 minutes of injury time, but Newmarket perhaps might be able to create an opportunity here.
Plenty advantage.
Good shot there, but as the Newmarket player hit the ball, I think it was Zoe McInerney, she was fouled, so it's going to be a free in. Roisin McMahon, I'm not sure, is she going to...
Surely have to go for it. There's a sub on as well for Newmarket. Casey Toomey came on for actually Carol O'Leary. Carol O'Leary's just gone off there, but obviously Roisin's going to have to go for it. Really is there's no qualms about it now. It's 31 minutes gone.
And there's 7 Ina Kilmona players in the goal mouth there, determined not to concede a goal, but let's see what Roisin McMahon opts for. As you said, Anne-Marie, you'd imagine she'll have a crack. Nothing to lose at this stage. She has a crack, but those 7 players, well, there's just too many of them there. Second crack for Newmarket and Fergus, but Clare Hare wins that break and bangs it out the field, out towards the sideline. Newmarket win it back. Their full back, Katie Flanagan, is up. She finds her cornerback, Aoife Griffin. Aoife Griffin looks up, puts it in, but cut out yet again inside. The defending inside has been really good from the full back line. We've praised Clare Hare a lot, and she's had a superb game, but the full back line have been good as well, including Leisha Ryan, who gets it out, picked up now in the middle of the field by Fiona Lafferty, and she's going to stretch the legs, trying to get away from Nikki Kaiser. Gets the shot in. It's going to go wide. Will it drop short? Ciara McCarthy should win this inside. She's under a bit of pressure in there from Sinead O'Loughlin. Sinead O'Loughlin trying to put on the pressure. Before we go any further, we better confirm the player of the match. In my mind, there's a clear winner. So what to my mind, Andrea O'Keefe has been magnificent and is the Channel Clare player of the match, unless he caused a massive riot here. And
I won't argue with you on the first one, but
I disagree.
Andrea O'Keefe has scored a goal and 4 points. She scored 1 point in the first half, and a goal and 3 in the second half. She's been outstanding. She's doing a lot of link-up play, a lot of running with Aoife Keane, and always looking for the pass for the free player. Even there a minute ago, she was looking for Fiona Lafferty to pass her back the ball. She's covered savage ground. I'd love to know if we had a GPS on her what she's covered in the whole game, but she's been outstanding this evening, in fairness to her.
That Martin Fergus point was hit over by Zoe McInerney. Good score, 217-217. And we're less than a minute now from the end. We're just over 3 minutes into injury time, and we were told that there's going to be 4 minutes played, which is a combination of injury time and the time taken for the water break. So as a competitive spectacle, the game is over, but there's still about a minute left and a bit more time for either team to either Ina Kilmona to add to their lead, or Newmarket and Fergus with Nikki Kaiser on the ball here perhaps can launch one final attack. Really good ball from Nikki Kaiser as far as Roisin McMahon taking on Clare Hare. Clare Hare tries to keep her outside her. It was a really good defending from Clare Hare. Roisin McMahon, as we know, a quality player, but while we've given player of the game to Andrea O'Keefe, and deservedly so, Clare Hare has been outstanding as well.
Yes, undoubtedly. So she great cover there to push her out and force the wide ball.
And final whistle, Ger Hoy blows it. It's all over, 2-17 to 1 goal and 7 points. Ina Kilmona are Clare County Senior Champions again. And just before we go for an ad break, which we will in a few seconds, I suppose maybe losing the semi-final last year really led to this performance today, because they knew what they had lost out on, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. They knew what they'd lost out on, but I think the Kilmaley game has really got them going, for this game, and being so close and going to extra time. I think there was going to be no other winner for the McMahon Senior Cup than Ina Kilmona.
Great stuff, and we're going to go for an ad break here on Channel Clare. Don't forget, we'll be back with plenty post-match reaction.
Well, we try and cater for almost all age brackets, and we have some of the best brands in the world within the walls of the shop. Anything from Boss down to Ted Baker, through to Tommy Hilfiger, right down to G-Star, Super Dry, Tommy Bow as a local brand. Yeah, so we have a cross section of price ranges and a good cross section of brands.
Best of luck to all the girls that are giving it their 100% for their club. Over the weekend, may you enjoy it first and foremost, and may the best team win, and best of luck, girls. I managed to get as far as the county junior team myself back in the day, and wow, what a buzz and what a sport. So enjoy it, girls, and best of luck to all the teams. Gurmila Mahagwif. Slán.
Andrew, welcome back to Father McNamara Park here in Ennis. Ina Kilmona are the 2020 Clare Senior Camogie Champions. Very comprehensive 2-17 to 1-7 win over Newmarket and Fergus. We can see in the background that Ina Kilmona are already celebrating. The presentation has yet to be made. Still joined here by Anne-Marie McGann and Dervla Maloney. And I suppose we can just see, Anne-Marie, how much it means. Ina Kilmona naturally absolutely elated.
Yeah, elated. You know, it's kind of actually a surreal feeling because there's no spectators. Okay, look, we can all see there's a few people around the outside, but you know, normally there would be a massive cheer, you know, things like that. It's a bit eerie. It's a little bit surreal, but you know, they're deserving. They came out and set the tone from the very start of the game, right from Rebecca Keating up as far as Amy Keating, and you know, they've had some fantastic displays. Fiona Lafferty, I thought, was immense as well in the middle of the field, unknown the amount of work that she done. Clare Heher, as we said up in the commentary, she was excellent. Andrea O'Keefe, obviously, who's got player of the match, you know, she scored a goal and 4 points, brilliant. And Amy Keating, Clare Command got that goal really when they needed it, and you know, it set the mark then for the rest of the game. But Newmarket will be disappointed. You know, they probably had thought that they might have had the upper hand here. We already said was the semi-final kind of their dress rehearsal to the game. Had they been, you know, they'd got such physicality in that game, gone really up for the match, and you know, were they able to reproduce that today? And probably that's the question was answered, and the answer was no. Roisin McMahon obviously tried her hardest to carry the game. Amy McInerney, I thought, was very good. Caoimhe Lally, you know, she was taken off, but I thought she had done, you know, an amount of work here, got a lot of frees, but they'll be disappointed that they weren't even within, you know, a smidgen of Inagh Kilnamona.
Dervla, it's been a very unusual year, but Inagh Kilnamona will be absolutely delighted to finish 2020 as Clare senior champions.
Yes, it's been a very unusual year, and as we said earlier, like, it's great to see that the Camogie is been able to keep going. So it is, and it's also very good, like, the amount of players that are here for Inagh Kilnamona and backing them, you know, along with the supporters outside the grounds as it is. But it's great to see the camaraderie and everything still there despite COVID.
We're going to see the presentation. The presentation is going to take place now in a couple of minutes, and we'll also be speaking again to our halftime panel and get their post-match reaction. Marion Rogers from Scarf O'Gonla, Louise Woods from St. Joseph's River Bearfield, and Sinead O'Keefe from Kilmaley. We'll be speaking to them in a minute, and we'll also get some post-match reaction as well from some of the people involved. A reminder again that the player of the match was Andrea O'Keefe, who had a really great game. Got I think it was 1-4, but aside from getting 1-4 from play, played exceptionally well as well. Her link-up play was magnificent. Just a word as well, we better remind people that Channel Clare, again in association with Clare County Council, Breed and Visit Clare, that will be broadcasting all 3 cup finals tomorrow as well. So long day tomorrow, but hopefully very enjoyable.
Yes, a long day, but and it's great to have the opportunity to live stream them, and again having it sponsored by Visit Ennis and that, and it's also very good to get it from all the cup finals, from your senior, your intermediate, your junior A, junior B. You know, it's a great opportunity for players that might not, or clubs that might not have come up along to the senior status, like the likes of Partine tomorrow. Like, it's a great opportunity for all those players to get a foot in and to see what Father McNamara Park, and to see the supporters can see them.
The presentation, it's a good bit away from us here, so I'm not quite sure. Has it been made yet? I don't think.
Newmarket are just making their way over.
Newmarket are still having a chat. So I suppose, Dervla, give it a few days now. Unfortunately, teams can't celebrate as you would normally celebrate after winning the senior championship. But Newmarket or Inagh Kilnamona will be extremely keen to give Munster a real rattle, and based on the way they played today, like there's huge potential there to try to follow up what Scarf O'Gonla did Leicester.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it hurt them when they bowed out of the Munster club, their last outing, and as you say today, the fight, the battle, the harriers of everybody on the team, like all their subs made impact. I think that was another downfall for Newmarket, is their subs didn't make a strong impact as the Inagh Kilnamona subs did. Munster is a different competition, but there's a responsibility as well on county champions to give their best, first and foremost for themselves, but also on behalf of the county. Yes, Inagh Kilnamona, like as Scarf O'Gonla did last year, had all of the county backing them, that went to their semi-finals and finals. So despite the COVID, I can see the supporters from the whole county jumping on board.
We have to say as well, Dervla, that well, actually the presentation is just about to start here as well. So Joe O'Donnell is going to he's having a few words, and we'll just have a listen to what Joe says. Peter Punjabi picked up.
Mike's going to pick up all the girls, okay? So what's going to happen is the gap between each of the girls is going to be, Alan's going to be grabbing the other two and then it's going to slot in, okay?
Can that be heard there now? Can that presentation be heard? So on the presentation for now. Or not, or
just pull in as close as you can without piggybacks or anything.
Jesus Christ.
Mike's going to pick you up, it's going to meet your brain.
Right, so I'll shove in here now.
Find out what's on.
Oriel.
So PK out. Yourself, in there?
I think this is.
Don't forget social distancing.
First off, I'd like to thank the faithful for the facilities that coming here. It's just an hour to get the passport, staying here and see the field condition. I know dressing rooms were allowed to use, they'd be in excellent condition. The surroundings, all the work that everyone was on the thing, so thank you very much. So the thank you very much. It was a great game, great sporting game, and that's what I wanted to see. To our sponsors, we're just a thank you for both that. The match, I would like to say, it was just phenomenal. The skill level of today, it was just excellent. It shows that definitely on time for us to show what we can do. Futures in the market, they played to channel Clare and everyone that is behind the scenes
They're coming already.
It's just been a phenomenal year. It was a short season and we just enjoyed it. It just goes to show how important the club is, and we've enjoyed it so much, and thank you so much for the commitment that the girls have put in and management. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's great to be manager and the captain straight away, and then you come in straight away after him if that's okay. Just for Peter, I'll give it 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We finish up
Great stuff, Hugh. To some performance.
At the end of the interview, when I walk in with this, that's when you're I'd like to get Bree to do it though, so I'll try and
Grand.
I don't want a real goal.
Mark, you give me the nod, so yeah?
Oh shit, there's a camera, is there?
Yeah. There's an ad break on all.
2, 1.
And we're delighted to be joined on Channel Clare by Ina Kinamona's championship winning manager Eugene Foodie and player of the match Andrea O'Keefe. Eugene, the complete performance from your point of view, I mean from start to finish you were at it.
Yeah, we thought we got his last 2 weeks that we're only a hand pass for a single trip away from an ideal performance. I suppose that was his ideal to get scoring 213. Scoring 230 from play in the county final. Things have worked for us, which was just brilliant.
Andrea, it was just your play was really good, your ability to find the player in space, your touch, all that, but it was your tenacity. You know, you were fighting for the dirty ball, and it just made it that was a crucial factor as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the performances we had earlier in the championship, we knew that we could bring that extra 10%, and it was kind of missing in the other games, and it kind of came out in maybe the Kilmaley game when we had to go to extra time, and I think it actually did us well being brought to extra time. We knew that we had the work rate in us, and we brought that today, I think.
I mean, in a way, the fact that your semi-final performance wasn't, by your own standard, the greatest performance might have been a good way to get ready for a final.
Yeah, definitely. I think we kind of missed out that the Six Mile Bridge game was cancelled, so we kind of had one game less than I suppose the other teams had. But we in the Kilmaley game, then we fought as well as we could, and we brought that again.
Eugene, you might be thinking of it now as your players come towards you, but you'll have a Munster Championship campaign to get ready for as well.
But that's the furthest thing in my mind at the moment. It was all about today and about winning today, and we did that, and we're so proud of the girls that they won, and we'll enjoy this win, and we'll come back in a week or so, and we plan to look ahead to that.
And just finally, Andrea, you were selected as our player of the match, and Bree McNamara, the PRO of the County Board, is going to make that presentation to you. So Bree, thanks a lot. Andrea, just a quick word about your goal. You got a few great points, but you won a lot of ball. I suppose some days it just really happens, and it looked like a day that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, geez, no, it was very enjoyable. Now I think it's nice when you can reach the county final day, and you know that all the preparation is done, and fair play to the lads. They really, they adjusted training for each team, and they're really tactically aware, and we knew we had all the preparation done, so it was kind of just going out and doing it and enjoying it then on the day.
Eugene, just a very final word. It's been such an unusual year for everyone in the country and the world, I suppose, but you'll remember 2020 for a great reason after today.
Yeah, look, it's great to be playing Camogie. I said this before in other interviews. I mean, as soon as the lockdown was over, and we go back, the girls just wanted to go back to training. They want to go and enjoy themselves. They want to meet their friends, and it's brilliant that we've done it and we're champions.
Great stuff. Congratulations again, Eugene. Congratulations,
Thanks,
Andrea.
Thank you.
We're going to go back now to our half-time panel. Delighted again to be joined by Marion Rogers, Scarf Ogonla, Louise Woods from St. Joseph's, Dura Bearfield, and Sinead O'Keefe from Kilmaley. Marion, you're probably getting flashbacks to this time last year, but that was a complete performance from Ina Kilmona, wasn't it?
That certainly was. Look, they are very worthy winners today. I don't think, to be honest, and I find it hard to say, but I don't think any other senior team in Clare this year would have matched the performance of that today. They were just absolutely outstanding from the very start, and fully deserved their win today.
Sinead, what do you think made the difference? I mean, the quality of their play was good, but their work rate, their hooking, their blocking, their ability to find players in space.
Yeah, from the very first minute of the first half, they fought for every ball. I think when you get all 6 of your forwards and your midfield and your centre back on the scoreline, I think that shows what kind of team that they have, and that they really put everything on the line out there and really tried their best to really get the scores and work together as a team. I think along the wing we've seen Andrea and Aoife Keane teaming up time and time again, and they just worked really well together and worked hard for every ball. So that's what wins the games for them. And
Louise, that's a very good point. Aoife Keane coming on as a sub now. I know she had a bit of an injury in that, but God, she was brilliant. I mean, what an impact.
Aoife Keane is a super player. She's been doing it year on year for Ina Kilnamona, and this year I know she was injured, but when she came on, she really did change the game herself, and Andrea linked up and score after score. They were brilliant, two of them. They were excellent.
Marion, just a word on Munster. I suppose it's a different mental preparation. It's brilliant to win a county championship, but how long does it take to kind of start thinking then towards maybe we'd like to do something in Munster and follow up what she did last year?
Look, that appetite is going to be there. Ina Kilnamona have been to Munster before and probably weren't happy with how they represented themselves. It's different this year, and then it's going to be played off a lot earlier, so a lot sooner. You won't have that long break, and
which might be good. Might be good actually.
It will most definitely be good. The form that they showed today, the sooner Munster comes for them, the better, and I reckon they'll give it a real try.
We're going to go now for a commercial break, and we'll be back very soon with plenty more. I don't think I had anything to do with Ina Kilnamona winning the championship. Just I didn't know.
Well, we try and cater for almost all age brackets, and we have some of the best brands in the world within the walls of the shop. Anything from Boss down to Ted Baker, through to Tommy Hilfiger, right down to G-Star, Super Dry, Tommy Bow as a local brand. Yeah, so we have a cross section of price ranges and a good cross section of brands.
Wish best of luck to all the girls that are giving it their 100% for their club. Over the weekend, may you enjoy it first and foremost, and may the best team win, and best of luck, girls. I managed to get as far as the county junior team myself back in the day, and wow, what a buzz and what a sport. So enjoy it, girls, and best of luck to all the teams. Gurmila Magwith. Slán.
Companies across Ireland are opening back up. And now, more than ever, businesses across the island need our support. At Amber Fire Protection Limited, our focus is on sharing our decades of experience in the fire protection industry. Experience that can help your business.
Hi everybody, Mary Howard here, the Mayor of Clare, and I just wanted to check in with you here on this most important weekend. It's the biggest weekend of the year for Clare Club Camogie, and I wish to extend my best wishes to all 4 competing teams in the senior and intermediate finals. You've done your communities and your clubs proud. I'm a very proud Clare woman, I'm a very proud hurling supporter, and I'm delighted to see the game in Clare go from strength to strength. Have a great weekend, have great fun, and God bless.
And you're welcome back to Father McNamara Park here in Ennis for the final time at the end of our live stream, Channel Clare's live stream of the 2020 Clare Senior Camogie Final. A very comprehensive win for Aina Kilnamona, their Clare champions, for the 4th time, beating the Market and Fergus by 217 to 17. Just before we go, a reminder that we are live streaming all of tomorrow's Camogie Cup finals. The first game, the Junior B, throws in at 11:30. Our coverage will start at 11:15. The intermediate final throws in at 2:30, and our coverage for that will start at 2:15. And the Junior A final, our coverage of that will start at 5:15. So coverage of all cup finals tomorrow here on Channel Clare. A reminder again of our thanks to our primary weekend sponsors, Clare County Council and Visit Clare. Many thanks to them for that. Also many thanks to everyone who played such an important role today. Mike Curry on camera, Siobhan Herher and Alan Foodie on production. Also to our analysts and to our half-time and full-time panel. Many thanks to everyone for that, and thanks to our advertisers as well. So hopefully you enjoyed what we did today, and we'll be back tomorrow to do it all again. Thanks a lot for myself, Peter O'Connell. Good evening.